Michael Jordan, the legendary greatest of all time basketball player, retired 19 years ago after making $90 million in his entire career. Unlike other players who ended up broke, Jordan is worth a whopping $1.8 billion. If you are like most people, you focus too much on making money and never actually get to managing and multiplying it, which is the ultimate goal if you want to get extremely rich. Making money is great and all, but if you make it only to spend it, then your life in the future won't be any better. The secret to financial independence is not really always how much you make, although that plays a part, but how well you manage your finances and multiply what you make. Money making is much more of a science. With a simple method, you can begin to generate quite an income for yourself and set yourself up for financial independence. The truth is that the rich play by different rules, and only when you start implementing those rules in your life that you can see lasting differences in your financial life. The average American worker makes $1.7 million in their entire career. Now, that's a lot of money if you ask me. An extra $100,000 in the average person's life is a blessing, yet most make $1.7 million in a lifetime. If you ask where all that money went, you begin to realize the second problem is financial independence. And most people cannot get a proper account of how they spend the money, which is the second problem. Now, let's look at the old age advice for many boomers. Go to school, get a good job that pays well, pay for your pension, and eventually retire. That was the safest way. That is no longer the case, and many millennials and Gen Zs are only finding that out. The truth is, we are in a time when it takes a different approach to money. The first millennials are only getting to a stage in their financial lives where they can buy houses, start a family, and this type of advice isn't working for them. Money was centered around your job, and the amount it paid you literally solidified your future unless you found a better job by building knowledge and skills. Today's jobs are not like before, and the market has completely changed. It takes a holistic look at money if you really want to make a lot of it and never go broke. It would surprise you to know that 74% of Americans will experience difficulties if their paychecks were to be delayed by a week. As I've shown you, we are too dependent on a paycheck, and that forms part of the problem becoming financially free. Being financially free is never about depending on a check. Financial freedom means that you don't have to worry about money even if you lose your primary source of income for the next 6 months. You have to get to a place in your life where your paycheck is not what determines your mood. I don't mean to say don't work for money. An extra paycheck is always welcome. But the truth is, living from paycheck to paycheck is not a life any person should have to endure. There is no golden number for how much you need to call yourself financially independent or even free. Some people often refer to not having to worry about money even without a job or a source of income. That's idealistic if that's your goal. There are a couple of simple steps you need to implement in your life, and I mean right now. Number 1. Learn how to make money. The vast majority of people make money from their jobs and receive salaries in return. If you're into sales, you can add some commissions to it. It varies from profession to profession, but the paycheck unites us all in some way. Making money is the first step you need to learn to do well. If you're a worker, you need to focus on making yourself better to keep leveling up, getting promotions, and ultimately increasing your income. You may have been made to feel you won't become a millionaire working for some other person, but it isn't simply true, and there are many people to prove that notion wrong. If you are to become successful and rich, it should be at something you love and have passion for, not just pursuing the money. If that means working for someone, then do so while cashing in. A study published on Inc. showed that millionaire workers basically worked more, made meaningful connections, craved a niche for themselves in the organization, and did many other things that other employees didn't do. It's in the habits that you can become a higher earner, whether you run a business or work for someone. While entrepreneurs write their own checks, which could be nothing to write home about. Employees at certain points in their careers can write their own paychecks. And that's the point you want to get to as an earner. To be able to decide how much you want to make and not be stopped by anything. Not the economy, not your business, and not your boss, even though they can sign it. Only you should be the limit to your earning ability. Number 2. Learn to manage money. Mike Tyson is one of the few names that are synonymous with boxing and winning. The man has nicknames such as Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite, but his story is not a happy ever after story. After such a successful career as a pro boxer, Mike Tyson had lost all his money in 2003, or rather spent all of it. He made $300 million in his career as a boxer, but he's only worth $3 million now. Now, while I absolutely love the guy, he was said to be engaged in a lot of drugs, multiple women, and many things that simply took money away from him instead of bringing him more money. Making money is one thing, but managing is what we often forget to pay attention to. According to statistics, the average American will spend $1,497 this month on non-essential items that they do not need. They will eventually collect dust and be sold for pennies in a garage sale. But in a single year, that amounts to $18,000 that's gone. If you had invested that amount in stocks or a fund that gives you 10% interest on a yearly basis, you would have $131,905.33 in your bank account after 10 years of investing. And you don't even have to add any more money to your initial investment. That is an interest of $113,905.33 from compounding interest. Now that's insane. Impulse purchases, trying to keep up with the Jonases, and trying to impress colleagues at work will only leave your bank balance at a disadvantage. Instead of trying to make people who don't matter to you, why not manage your money well so that you and your family can live a happy, independent life? By monitoring your expenses, budgeting where your money goes, and savings, you are setting yourself up for success. There are a few basic things that you want to do with that kind of free money. I mean the $1,497 spent on non-essential stuff. First, save. Second, start an emergency fund. Third, pay your 401k, IRA, or whatever pension fund you want to invest in. Third, have a secret account that no one knows about. It is not to be touched for no reason unless the world is ending. But if you have some debts, don't start with savings. Start with an emergency fund to try to pay off your debts. Saving should eventually be what will make you free. But to be free, you need to get rid of all the loans and debts. A good idea here would be to get a personal financial advisor. Trust me, a good one is absolutely worth it. They can help you save money on taxes and many other things. And they can equally keep your account while helping you grow your wealth. Getting a good and trustworthy one may be tricky, so speak to friends for recommendations. If you surround yourself with the right kind of people, getting one should be a walk in the park. Number 3. Multiply your money. In case you didn't know, working for money is good, but having money work for you is a whole different level of freedom. You're no longer dependent on having to put in your time and energy at high levels to make money. That's exactly what investments can give you. Once you have the basic money management set up, you can look at apportioning a small amount for investments. Most people think of investing in super risky and it's only for the rich. These are all the myths that have seeped into your mentality. There are a lot of opportunities that anyone can become an investor. It is always said that $1 10 years ago is not worth the same as $1 today. Incomes relatively take longer to adjust to inflation, but investments do. This is why you need a piece of that pie in your income. Multiplying your money is not only investing it. You can start a business with your money saved up over time and start multiplying your income. It's amazing how fast smart entrepreneurs can multiply what they used to make. If you have a knack for it, definitely do it, because you might regret it if you don't. By learning how to make money the way you want to make it, managing it to get the best of it, and then investing it to multiply it, or you can literally choose one of the many other paths it takes to multiply money. Don't limit yourself to simply buying stocks, investing in funds, or commodities. While there are so many ways to make money, a Google or YouTube search will bring you thousands of them. There is little available on the need to remain disciplined if you want to make money and be financially free. It starts with the mindset. While everybody secretly or openly wants to make money, there are people who are there who still believe money is the root of all evils. Others say money can't buy you happiness, while money can literally buy you happiness. It can sure make your life much easier and better. Change your mind about money if you want to attract it. Respect your time, because time is money. And know that you can't make all the money that you need in a day. Money grows exponentially. Elon Musk had made more money in 2021 than his entire life combined. That is how it works in levels. By sticking to the basics, drawing out your plan, and constantly looking for opportunities to grow your income as opposed to only making it through work. Only then would you be able to create the life you ever dreaded and become financially independent. And to become financially independent, you may as well have to make it a big deal in your life. Take what you do seriously and don't let anybody talk you out of your dreams, because once you get there, you will realize it was all worth it. Thanks for watching. If you loved this video, consider liking and subscribing so that would help others discover it. See you in the next video.